Let's bring in psychiatrist Dr. Yalda Safai and a former major label music executive, Strat America's managing director, Seth Schachtner. Thank you both for coming on. I mean, I was kind of amazed by this. This is the deep fake. This is not real, but this is Seth, and he approved all this. I want you to watch this because I watched it and I'm like, what am I looking at here? Look at this deep fake, and then we'll get Seth's response.
Disinformation is really nothing to worry about. Truth is just a boring social construct anyway. Fake is more viral because it's more fun, so we should just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
He didn't say any of that stuff, right? It's all a deep fake, but I was looking at it like, what is going on here? And this is something you approved, and you said to make a point, Seth.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that I didn't say that, basically. But yeah, and even my techiest, most tech-inclined friends seem to not get this one. But this is just, they tape me in Switzerland. These are MIT lab folks just talking about anything random, and then they produce this. And, a lot of people don't get it, and I think it slips by people's thresholds and screens, and it's pretty scary stuff, basically. It should be labeled, probably, that this was done by AI.
It really is, and this is where you bring in the psychiatrist of the whole thing, Dr. Yalda Safai, because it really is one of those things where from Seth Schachtner to Taylor Swift, we've seen some really, really good deep fakes that have, drawn lawsuits and so forth, and that can really mess with people's minds, right? The future has got to be psychiatry, mental health has got to be dealing with this.
Exactly. Well, Seth, you had me fooled here. And Trace, this is pretty dangerous if you really think about it. Yes, the thing is, we're already such a vulnerable society because we're constantly exposed to misinformation on the web, on social media. Now we're going to turn into a society that can't even have trust in what they're seeing with their own eyes. And a society that can't trust anything, basically, is a dangerous society. This is scary to me. This is a scary technology.
Yeah, it really is, because this is the Federal Communications Commissioner, Brendan Carr. He said this about AI bias. Watch.
That the political ideology that permeates Silicon Valley is finding its way into algorithms. And for years, we were told there is no conservative bias, there is no political ideology, it's all just neutral algorithms. And I think people are seeing for themselves that is very far from the case.
Yeah, you talked about the dangers of this stuff. I mean, if you're going to have this kind of stuff, this technology, which is this advanced, you've got to be able to trust it. That's the whole thing. And people have to be able to trust this thing.
Yeah, and it is really sliding by a lot of people. And, some of the new ones, I mean, to be fair, there's a new OpenAI technology that's out that I think called Sora that hasn't hit the public yet, that is really seriously potentially a disruption to things like Hollywood and film and TV. The quality is just tremendous, what you're seeing on it, basically. So.
Yeah, it's interesting, Dr. Safai, because, when we talked about Kelly O'Grady doing hers, and she's saying that they were doing this Gemini thing, the Google Gemini, and pedophilia was said not to be wrong. It seems to be kind of a glitch. If you're in the mental health world, you think, well, this has got to be trustworthy all across the board, right? I mean, is that a fair assessment?
Exactly. It seems like this piece of software, a computer, basically has opinions, which shouldn't be the case. A piece of technology should not be left or right-leaning. It should not be giving moral lectures. It should not have opinions. It should just spew out facts. You got to think about the people, and the decisions that are being made around this technology is really going to shape how our future generation is going to perceive the reality.
Yeah, and very quickly, Seth, I mean, just where are we going with this? This thing is going to start producing movies. It's going to be in the next 5 years. I mean, this is really in its infancy. It's going to be bold or bad.
It is a little unhinged right now, but I think it's going to seep into a lot of industries. Now, to be clear, it's not all bad. There's a lot of cost savings and efficiencies and things that can improve the user experience. I came from music, and it's actually doing a ton of quiet, good stuff that's not controversial at all.
Yeah.
So I think there are industries that'll benefit from it, but this stuff's got to get figured out in a certain way. So.
Seth Schachtner, Dr. Yalda Safai, great to see you both. Thank you.